Breaking news tonight, the death of singing star Whitney Houston at the age of 48.
Saturday afternoon, February 11th, 2012, Whitney Houston is discovered partially submerged in the bathtub of her Los Angeles hotel room.
3:55 p.m. this afternoon, Whitney Houston was pronounced dead.
On February 11th, Whitney was found unconscious at the Beverly Hilton, submerged in the bathtub. Beverly Hills paramedics arrived about 3:30 p.m., found Whitney unresponsive, and performed CPR. Whitney was pronounced dead at 3:55 p.m. The cause of death was not immediately known. Local police said there were no obvious signs of criminal intent. An invitation-only memorial service was held for Whitney on February 18, 2012, at her home church, the New Hope Baptist Church, in Newark, New Jersey. Whitney was buried on February 19, 2012, in Fairview Cemetery, in Westfield, New Jersey, next to her father, John Russell Houston, who had died in 2003. On March 22, 2012, the Los Angeles County Coroner's Office reported that Whitney's death was caused by drowning and the effects of atherosclerotic heart disease and cocaine use. Let's pay a tribute to the best music voices of our time. Whitney Elizabeth Houston was an American singer and actress. Nicknamed The Voice.
So, the very first time I had you on my show, however many years ago, I thought, you are the voice. You are the definitive, you are the voice. That was my name for you.
You called me, you were the first person that really called me that.
You are the voice.
Overwhelming title.
Yeah, the voice.
Yeah.
And was known for her powerful, soulful vocals, vocal improvisation skills, and use of gospel singing techniques in pop music. She had 11 #1 singles on the Billboard Hot 100 and is the only artist to have 7 consecutive #1 singles on the chart. Her accolades include 8 Grammy Awards, 16 Billboard Music Awards, 2 Emmy Awards, and 28 Guinness World Records. Whitney's inductions include the Grammy Hall of Fame, twice, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the Rhythm and Blues Music Hall of Fame, the Georgia Music Hall of Fame, the New Jersey Hall of Fame, and the National Recording Registry at the Library of Congress. Whitney won numerous accolades, including 2 Emmy Awards, 8 Grammy Awards, 14 World Music Awards, 16 Billboard Music Awards and 22 American Music Awards. Whitney holds the record for the most American Music Awards received in a single year by a woman with 8 wins in 1994. Whitney was the first artist at the Billboard Music Awards to win more than 11 awards in one night, which set a Guinness World Record at the time. Whitney continues to hold the record for the most WMAs won in a single year, winning 5 trophies at the 6th World Music Awards in 1994. Whitney began singing in church as a child and became a background vocalist while in high school. She was one of the first black women to appear on the cover of 17 after becoming a teen model in 1981. With the guidance of Arista Records chairman Clive Davis, Whitney signed to the label at age 19. Her first 2 studio albums, Whitney Houston, 1985, and Whitney, 1987, both peaked at #1 on the Billboard 200 and are among the best-selling albums of all time. Hit singles from the albums, including How Will I Know, Greatest Love of All, and I Wanna Dance with Somebody Who Loves Me, established her as a catalyst in the acceptance of black female artists on MTV. Her third studio album, I'm Your Baby Tonight, 1990, yielded 2 Billboard Hot 100 #1 singles, the title track and All the Man That I Need. Whitney's rendition of The Star-Spangled Banner at Super Bowl 25 in 1991 received widespread media coverage. Whitney made her acting debut with the romantic thriller film The Bodyguard, 1992, which became the 10th highest-grossing film to that date. Its soundtrack won the Grammy Award for Album of the Year and remains the best-selling soundtrack album of all time. It generated multiple hit singles, including I Have Nothing, I'm Every Woman, and I Will Always Love You. She went on to star in the films Waiting to Exhale, 1995, and The Preacher's Wife, 1996, and she recorded their respective soundtracks. As a film producer, she produced multicultural movies and series such as Cinderella, 1997, and The Princess Diaries and The Cheetah Girls. Whitney's first studio album in 8 years, My Love Is Your Love, 1998, spawned several hit singles, including the title track, Heartbreak Hotel, It's Not Right But It's Okay, and the Academy Award-winning Mariah Carey duet, When You Believe. Following the success, she renewed her contract with Arista for $100 million, one of the biggest recording deals of all time. However, her personal problems began to overshadow her career. Her 2002 studio album, Just Whitney, received mixed reviews, while her drug use and a tumultuous marriage to singer Bobby Brown received widespread media coverage. Whitney returned to the top of the Billboard 200 chart with her final studio album, I Look to You, 2009. When Whitney was 16, she met Robin Crawford, then a collegiate basketball player for Monmouth University. The two became fast friends, and Whitney later described Crawford as the sister she never had. After Whitney graduated, they became roommates at an apartment complex in Woodbridge, minutes away from East Orange. Shortly after Whitney signed with Arista, Crawford became the singer's executive assistant. During Whitney's early fame, rumors speculated of a romance between Whitney and Crawford.
We have a friendship, a beautiful friendship. If you could have one person in this life that you could look at and communicate, which we could. We learned how to communicate without talking.
Which both denied during a Time magazine interview in 1987. In 2019, Crawford admitted in her memoirs, A Song for You, My Life with Whitney Houston, that their early relationship included sexual activity but stopped before Whitney signed a recording deal.
Our friendship was so deep that we wanted to touch each other, and we did.
Crawford remained a close friend and employee of Houston's until 2000. Throughout the 1980s, Whitney was romantically linked to musician Jermaine Jackson, American football star Randall Cunningham, restaurateur Brad Johnson, and actor Eddie Murphy. She then met R&B singer Bobby Brown at the 1989 Soul Train Music Awards. After a 3-year courtship, the two were married on July 18, 1992.
When you find love, you find it. I mean, it finds you, I should say. Between me and her, it was so instant. We were so much like each other that it made sense.
The two singers occasionally collaborated on songs, including the hit record, Something in Common. Brown would go on to have several run-ins with the law for drunken driving, drug possession, and battery, including some jail time. On March 4, 1993, Whitney gave birth to their daughter Bobby Christina Brown, March 4, 1993, who sadly passed on in July 26, 2015. A final autopsy report determined Christina died of lobar pneumonia. In December 2003, Brown was charged with battery following an altercation during which he threatened to beat Whitney and then assaulted her. Police reported that Whitney had visible injuries to her face. In September 2006, a year after being Bobby Brown aired, Whitney filed for legal separation from Brown, later filing for divorce the following month. The divorce was granted on April 24, 2007. Whitney reportedly appeared disheveled and erratic in the days before her death. On February 9, 2012, Whitney visited singers Brandy and Monica, together with Clive Davis, at their rehearsals for Davis's pre-Grammy Awards party at the Beverly Hilton in Beverly Hills. That same day, she made her last public performance when she joined Kelly Price on stage in Hollywood, California, and sang Jesus Loves Me.
I felt it was my duty to stand up and share the extraordinary woman behind the amazing talent that she gave us.
Thank you for watching. For more content, subscribe and click on the bell notification. Don't forget to comment what your favorite Whitney Houston song is.